Alright, timestamp. It is August 26th, 2025. It is 3:30 p.m. We got Janus back from the vet. I'm pretty much at my 2 cigars for the day, and I feel actually pretty decent, which is, as I cough, which is kind of great. Stopped by Aldi on the way home, picked up some basic groceries. We did leave him in the car, but it wasn't we. Pick stayed in the car with the AC running. I ran in and got the stuff. So you don't think we were being bad kitty parents. But he has Janus. Thrill cam. No, Kaiser, you're not getting any of this. Oh my god, I'm so popular. Oh, there you go, buddy. I'm gonna pull that out because that's all manner, quite frankly, all manner of peat on. As you can see, tripod's looking all right. Janus, some good food.
Yuko controls this galaxy.
Yeah, ignore him. Nucor doesn't control anything around here. Go ahead and eat, pal. Oh, man. I'm going to take this out because, boy, does it need to be laundered. Yeah, he'd been in, as heck stops in front of me to stretch. Gotta be that guy, huh? Put that there, I'll deal with it later. That guy. He hadn't been in the carrier 10 seconds and he was already lubricating the floor. You eat up, pal. So I got to pet him earlier, which may not seem like a big deal, but we are kind of talking about a semi-feral cat that we're trying to, get not feral. The speculation on that, just dropping everything over here. The speculation on that is that because of how messed up his arm was, he was in so much pain that he wanted contact with no one and was more than happy to tell everyone. But yeah, the med tech. Shout out to Rich, who will probably never see this video. Thank you so much for being so incredibly awesome, and Brittany. Yeah, but Rich was like snuggling on him. Pix got the snuggle on him. I got the snuggle on him. The running theory is that because of the amount of pain he was in, he just didn't want to be touched by anybody. I am not saying that he is going to be my cuddle buddy because we're off of medication as of like 12 hours ago. So, but he seems to be much more agreeable, I think, would be the way to put it. I'm just happy because he looks, the whole tripod thing, he's still going to be adapting and whatnot, but he looks happy, I think. And we know that he was in a lot of pain. So the fact that he isn't is pretty cool, Yeah, I've been pretty good on the whole 2 cigars a day. because again, emphysema, I need to quit, and I know that. I'm optimistic. I can kick this. I can't reverse the damage, but I can hopefully stop it from getting worse, or at least really slow it the hell down. Got some packages coming, but they haven't arrived yet, so I have nothing to show off today. And I've got a package that eBay. I purchased it. Its original location was, I'm in Central Florida. It was in Louisiana. Okay. I'm looking at the tracking history, and it was sent to Texas for distribution. The chain heading in the right direction thing. So it was sent to Texas, which, not gonna lie, that confuses me a bit, because it seems like it went the wrong way. But wait, this is something I was supposed to have gotten like 3 or 4 days ago, but it's being delayed. It's currently in Puerto Rico. In Catano? I don't know, I don't really know Puerto Rican cities other than, a couple of the main ones. San Juan, that kind of stuff. It's in, I think, Catano, which I guess is like a major post office hub for Puerto Rico to be distributed to locations in Puerto Rico. I'm so confused right now. I really am. I'm so confused. I don't know if I'm actually going to get that or not. I don't know if I'm going to get it. I'm just confused about the route. It's kind of not what I was expecting. I've had some stuff like from Texas get shipped up to like New York and then down to Florida before, and I've always thought that was kind of like, why did you do that? This one, they had to like put it on a boat, I'm guessing. Maybe a plane, but I'm just like, why do? I don't understand that one. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get it. I'm kind of wondering if it's just gonna disappear. Not a big deal, but just confused about it. Trying to wrap up some of the stuff in the kitchen. I'm going to be going to bed here pretty soon. I've been up since a while. But I was going through some of the drawers and cabinets that I had been, when you got those jobs that are tedious, monotonous, and just you put them off because you really just don't want to do them. They're not hard jobs. They're just annoying jobs. That's kind of, I've got like 4 really deep drawers in the kitchen that are just full of like spatulas, kitchen knives, and just an abundance of dumb gadgets. And I knew it was going to be one of those, I hate myself for having to do this kind of job. One of them, I found, I think, like 5 cheese slicers, like the wire ones. 5. And I don't plan on keeping one of them, much less, I mean, I have a great selection if I were to decide I'm going to keep one. But there's just so many kitchen gadgets, and I know that some people do use some of the things that I'm talking about. I know that. But I think most of us don't. And there are a couple of the cheese slicers that are the ones that look like the little, almost like a pie scoop, and they have the space in it to where you can like run it across the cheese and the slice of cheese comes off, It's like 3 or 4 of those. I don't know that I've ever actually used one of those. Ever. And I think some of these things are items that you could give to, like, and I'm not picking, I'm actually not, I've just seen some of the videos on YouTube before, when they give things to, like, a Gen Z and ask them, what do you think this is? I've got a good dozen or so things like that. That would definitely stump 9 out of 10 Gen Z. People don't use these. But I've got like 4 gigantic drawers full of that kind of stuff. So, and I only went through 3 of them, separating out. I've got some stuff in the dishwasher prepped to be cleaned, because there were a couple of useful things. I do not need measuring cups or measuring spoons. I am good. I am so good. I have got, I think, 5 complete sets of both. Any measurement you could want, I got it. I got that. But I'm going to clean everything up, because some of it's going to be garage sale, and some of it I'm going to put them all on the counter and go, okay, which one do I want to keep? I don't need 7. Which one is the finalist? I need my final girl, you know. What are we doing here? But yeah, just trying to finalize the kitchen. If nothing else, in a day or two I can say one room in this house is neat, orderly, doesn't have anything in it that's stupid. And I know that may sound like a weird thing, but the idea of knowing in my brains that I've got one room of that house at least that is like ready, I guess, will be a major point of ease for my soul, because of how much else is sideways and broken and whatnot. Just one room. Well, actually, no, I got the guest bathroom pretty much there. 2 rooms. Now I'm getting greedy. Talked to the people at the facility where my dad is, and he's doing better. They always tell me that, though. They always tell me he's doing better. Oh, but he did get into they don't know how, but he somehow found his way into the lobby, but they got him back upstairs again. So here's the thing. If he's doing better, vanilla cream brulee, if he's doing better, in my mind, doing better that's the way I feel right there, would mean that he wasn't attempting to escape. And I asked, did he have his bags with him? And the young lady was like, well, yeah, of course. So he got to the lobby with his bags, and he's doing better. It's not really my perception of doing better. Doing better would be he's being a very good little boy and has not made a break for an exit or called 911. You get the gist, right? I mean, I know they're telling me what I want to hear. And I know that I can't fix my dad. And that part really sucks. But if we're all in agreement that he can't be fixed, can you at least contain him? I mean, we put him there. I mean, the state was going to put him in a state home. We put him there as an alternative to a state home because it's a nicer facility. Some of the state homes can be a little terrifying. the bottom line is he needs to be protected from the world, and the world needs to be protected from him. It's a little bit of both. But in order for that to work, you need to actually keep him there. You know what I mean? So, yeah, the VA can't call me fast enough on this one. I want to get him into a VA facility so bad. And I have been told that, you can still escape from a VA facility. But I expect that because of his background, experience, and we'll go with abilities, and the fact that the VA homes typically work with, you want to get through on this side, is that what you're trying to tell me? You're going to anyway, so I just moved things out of the way. Please play through. I think the VA facilities are going to be more prepared for the level of shenanigans that my dad can usher in. Because I still think this place has underestimated him at every turn. And that worries me. So, Kaiser deciding that this side of the bar is actually his express lane. If you're going to go, you're not even supposed to be up here, sir. You know that. Go. Thank you. Stubborn old cuss. The cat, not my dad. Well, actually. Yeah, I think they've been underestimating. It's all very Michael Myers. You don't know what you have here. Saw the trailer for the Halloween game. Pix and I both squeed a little bit on that one. Because the Friday the 13th game was great, but neither one of us is as big a Friday the 13th fan as we are Halloween. She's a huge Halloween fan. As far as the classic scary movies, I'm more a Nightmare on Elm Street kind of guy. But when I was younger, I had night terrors, nightmares, like for many, many years. Many, many years. And when Nightmare on Elm Street came out, it was like Wes Craven was talking directly to me on that one. So it didn't scare me, but it was definitely like a punch in the gut, because it was more real to me than I think it was most other people in my age group, just because I was like, because I did have a frequent flyer that was the source of my nightmares. So the idea that, looked nothing like Freddy. It wasn't anything like that. But I did have a creature, person, what have you, that taunted me in my dreams. So I could really, really relate with, especially like part 3, part 4, where he was really playing with his food. It spoke to me. It spoke to me. But yeah, the trailer, it's not giving away much. Looks like they've done a lot as far as single player. And I know there are a lot of people that are talking gamer geek shit now. There are a lot of people that are like, oh, well, they abandoned F-13, Friday the 13th, we don't have any confidence in this. The Friday the 13th thing was a big debacle because there was a rights conflict, and it kind of forced them to stop producing DLC and extensions and things for the game. There was a big rights battle. You can look it up online if you don't know what I'm talking about, where this is where it got really complicated from a rate standpoint, because Cunningham, who is the producer for the Friday the 13th movies, franchise, what have you, the big debate came in as to who owned the license for the character Jason. Because the original screenplay was a work for hire. It wasn't Cunningham's actual script. He paid someone to write it. So then the ownership of said characters comes into question. And it came into question because the guy who wrote the original script, because apparently a lot of money's been made over the Friday the 13th franchise over the years. I mean, I hadn't heard of it until like last week. No, I'm kidding. And when the money really starts stacking up, people start wondering if they can get a piece of that. And if he wrote the original script, there are legitimate legal questions to be asked here. How far does the work for hire go? Did he sign off all rights to the characters, etc.? You know, just like McFarlane with Marvel and those disputes. If you want to go back to the creation of Image Comics and whatnot, look it up. Fun stuff. Like the symbiotes and stuff like that. There were some major arguments that took place. And then Image Comics happened because an artist who felt like he should have control and or extra monies for characters he created walked away from a major publisher to start his own because he wanted to actually own the stuff he drew. Work for hire. Who owns the rights to it? Yep. And Spawn was born. Or spawned. Spawn was spawned? Is that too much? So good. Yeah, you can actually lick yourself because the cone's gone. Can I get him in there? Yeah, there he is. Janus. Well, you didn't touch your food that much. Coming down from all the excitement, probably. You handsome fella. Hi. Hi. I'll take that wink. Yeah. Very optimistic. He's not in pain anymore. That's fantastic. One brick. Got a little bit more eBay stuff prepped too. I need to do, because I've got a bunch of pictures stockpiled, I need to do like a big blitz of listings, and I've sold one thing and Pix has sold two in the past like 2 days. So starting to see the results, which is good. The more you list, the more sales you make. And I know that sounds like, well, yeah, of course. But the way the metrics work for eBay, when you list something, it gives you more of a priority in the displaying, because it considers you an active seller. If you just list things and don't touch it for a long time, like with Buy It Now, is it just re-up? You go way down in the displaying because it says, well, they're not really an active seller, so we'll show their stuff, but only after people have looked at the people that are actually, in it to win it, that are here every day listing things. It's a priority thing. So listing things, because one of the two things she sold is new. The other one we've had up for a year. And the thing that I sold, I've had up for about a year. Not even the new stuff. I mean, one of hers is, but people are able to find our stuff more readily because we're listing, and therefore we get priority. And there are people that get priority over us because they list, 300 items a day. We're listing, a few, 5, 7, So it makes a big difference. But we're going to get more priority than someone that hasn't listed something in 6 months, but has 100 items up. That just re-up naturally, because everything relists after 30 days if you don't tell it to not. It's a thing. In case you don't do the seller side of eBay, just a little behind the scenes. Pulling back the curtain. But yeah, getting some basic stuff done around here, and also kind of writing down battle plan. Like, what do I need to get done? Like, really deep dive ideas, plans, and whatnot. Pix and I had a very long talk today about plans, intentions, long term. We're both frazzled, and I'm trying to make sure, and she's trying to make sure that we're both on the same page, because if we're not, we're just going to be bickering. And that's not a winning combination of anything. Bickering is not good. Because I can get loud and she's a hair puller. So, there's no winner here. It's like war games. Just sit down and play a game of chess. I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I'm going to go take a nap. Janus is back to eating, which is good. He is not going to be getting medicated anymore. I was told he should be good. I've been giving him half doses the past day and a half just because I wasn't sure. They were like, yeah, just cut it completely. He's fine. So the sutures look good. You've got a couple of patches that are a little scabby, but they were like, it might show some dotting of blood or whatnot, but he should be fine. If he starts bleeding, then we'll take steps, but that shouldn't happen. And they've done this before, so I trust them on this. And again, to the ether, whatnot. Brittany, Rich, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah. I gotta get a ramp for the litter robot. He's still supposed to be quarantined for another week or so to make sure he's healed and adjusted, but we're looking good. We're looking good, Kaiser. Yep, you're going to lay down over there and knock my stuff everywhere. God, I appreciate it. That's so swell. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and call it. All right. Still so much to do, but I know we're picking away at it. Hopefully I can do a garage sale this coming Saturday. Start the starting. I don't want to try and... I won't list, end tables and lamps and things like that on eBay. I just... Nope. Let's put those out at a garage sale. Let's not try and sell it on eBay and ship it somewhere. It just doesn't sound like it'll work well. And that was one thing Tiny mentioned to me a couple days ago. It's like, well, if we can't do garage sales, we could eBay everything. And it's like, yeah, no, sweet child, no. My dad's got some tools and things that are tool table kind of things, like lathes and things like that. A MIG welder. We're not shipping that anywhere. That is not happening. So Alright. Yeah, definitely getting a nap. Alright. The only other thing that I did want to mention is, if you wish to have a conversation, feel free to drop a comment. Like, whatever. Because I've got a couple people that are talking to me. Some people are still DMing me instead of commenting on the videos themselves. I am trying to grow this, so feel free to help me out there. Telemarketers, man, all day long. Old people, yeah, let's call that number. Also on my list of things to fix. Alright. Make it a great day.